guys, what's up? This is Millie here. I know it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. As you know, I'm now living in Sydney, so welcome to my new home. And you know, this video is going to turn out to be a very vlog style video, which is not what I wanted to do, but I don't actually have my tripod here. I left it back home in New Zealand because it was kind of breaking as well. I currently am using a GorillaPod as a selfie stick, and yeah, it's I don't know what quality this video is going to turn out to be. I'm trying to keep my hand as steady as possible, but I can see the camera shaking, so I really don't know what this is going to turn out to be, if it's going to be completely disastrous or not. But regardless, this is going to be a travel tips video, and I'm going to give you traveling tips to Hawaii if you are planning to go there. And I don't know, wish me luck. Hopefully this video goes well. And yeah, let's give you the tips. Tip number one. It's like hair sticking out. Anyway, sorry. Tip number one: planning your day. Hawaii, specifically Honolulu, because that's where I went, can get very hot during the summer, and you know, there are lots of activities in Hawaii, and I assume it'll be on other islands of Hawaii as well, where it involves a lot of walking, a lot of physical activities, a lot of, you know, whatever, running, trekking, hiking, depending on what your taste is. And you do not want to be doing this, you know, past 10 or 11 a.m. Like, for example, we really wanted to hike up Diamond Head, but to do that you need to be at Diamond Head by like 6 or 7 in the morning, because you want to do it past 10 o'clock in the morning, it'll be very unbearable. A lot of locals who've done it at like 3 in the afternoon said it was really bad for them, and really bad for your health as well, because it gets so hot over there that you might end up with heat strokes. You know, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation. There are also a lot of sightseeing attractions like Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is my favorite, where you need to get there as early in the morning as possible if you want to get tickets to all the sites at Pearl Harbor. We got to Pearl Harbor around 8:30 in the morning, and we missed out on tickets to go see USS Arizona, because at USS Arizona there's you know, specific entry times per group, and each group is limited to a certain number of people. And as soon as we got there, we literally missed out on the ticket for the last session, which would have been at 3 p.m. or something like that. But yeah, you don't want to be disappointed when you've spent so much money and you've gone somewhere and you want to see everything that city has to offer. So you really need to prepare and plan before you go to Hawaii, in my opinion, because Hawaii does have a lot to offer, and you want to make the most of it. And if that means, you know, keeping a day once you've arrived just so you can get rid of the jet lag, then plan your trip in that way. If you don't want to do that, and if you think you'll be able to, you know, wake up early and you'll be okay to like spend the rest of the day out and about, do so. But definitely plan your day before you get on that plane to Hawaii. Tip number two: you need a car. I can't imagine going back to Honolulu and not having a car. Well, then again, I've already been there once. But anyway, the distance between your hotels, depending on where you choose to stay, and these sightseeing attractions are a bit far off. I mean, sure, you can plan, you know, shuttle like tours and stuff where the tour company picks you up from the hotel. But if you want to see places by yourself and, you know, have that freedom to like go anywhere at the time you want to go, I really recommend getting a car. Plus you're also racing against time, because Honolulu has a lot to offer, and if you want to be able to see everything, you want to be your own transport. Pretty much. You don't want to be relying on Uber and Lyft and whatever other service there is out there. Things can happen, you know. The Uber driver might be running late. They might take a dodgy route. Whatever it is, you don't want to get caught up in all of that. You want to make the most of your holiday to Honolulu. You want to be able to get in a car and just drive and go to the place you want to go at the time you want to go. Tip number 3, summer essentials. There really are 3 things you need in this: a hat, your sunnies, and a bottle of water. Honolulu in the summer can get very hot, and I'm pretty sure all the other places, islands of Hawaii are the same. I cannot emphasize enough on the importance of having a bottle of water with you at all times, because it is so hot that your bottle of water is going to run out pretty quickly, and as soon as it does, you're going into an ABC store getting another bottle of water immediately. You can get heat strokes. That's how hot it gets. It's unbearable. Make sure you've got don't even leave your room without applying sunscreen, and just make sure you've got it with you in your backpack or your bag, whatever you're carrying with you, and you keep applying it maybe after every hour or 2 hours, depending on how much you want to apply, really. And your sunnies, you need your sunnies and hat. Just be prepared, guys, especially if you come from places where it gets really, really cold and you're used to cold temperatures. You're going to be dealing with 40 degrees Celsius and above if you're going in the summer, so be prepared. And you're going to be at the beach a lot of the times, and you don't want to feel icky, you don't want to come home with a migraine, you don't want to pass out somewhere. You need to be prepared. Tip number 4, Hawaii is not cheap. Contrary to popular belief, Hawaii is actually not cheap. If you're going to Hawaii on a shoestring budget, which I'm not saying is impossible, you really want to leave your shopping and other expenses to the last few days that you are in Hawaii, or at least till you've ticked off all of your must-visit places. After which, if you've got a couple of places which you're like, we can leave that for next time, or I don't mind if we do miss out, whatever it is, you can then, try and go shopping or wherever else you want to spend your expenses. As a comparison, when I went to America back in 2013, and I went to Macy's in Chicago, I ended up spending about $300, and I got a lot more items of clothing, and believe me, all of them were like new release or whatever the right term is. And compared to now, I spent about $300 and I hardly got 2 things, and they were from the same brands, they were again new releases, whatever you want to call them. There you go. That gives you an idea, I suppose, to an extent. I will link the shopping haul that I did, like a Facebook live stream, in the description below if you want to check it out. I'm not a fashion guru or anything. I was just like, this is what I bought, whatever. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to link it into the description below and you can have a look at it. Tip number 5, preparing for the weather. Now, the island of Oahu, where Honolulu is a bit weird in the sense that one side of the island gets sunshine all the time, whereas the other side of the island can experience, rain and showers. Now, we didn't experience any horrible weather per se. We did experience a bit of showers when the morning was, nice and sunny. So if you do happen, all I'm trying to say is just go prepared for, whenever you're in Hawaii or one of the islands of Hawaii, that this could happen. So if you want to keep like a raincoat or something handy, or like an umbrella, by all means be prepared for something of that nature. Well, these were my 5 tips to Hawaii. If you've been to Hawaii before and you have some tips of your own, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. My social media links are in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.